They need to say just like nodding heads or say yes on camera.
Okay, so I'm going to ask
We're
that.
going to ask you that one more time,
I'm just
guys.
going to ask that you can verbally say yes, you agree to participate in this and being recorded.
Or does anybody object to being recorded? All right.
All right, very good. Thank you. We're just going to keep that there. It's really just only for audio, not for visual at all. So our first question we want to make sure is, do you guys use social media of any kind? Is there anybody who does not use social media at all?
Is there anybody that doesn't have any accounts on social media?
Like Twitter and Facebook? Is our main
Anything.
focus.
Okay, good. Because if you didn't, we were going to ask a different question of you, but you all do, so that's great. So what are some of the social media sites that you guys use?
Instagram.
Ooh,
Vine.
Tumblr?
I guess let's get it like a show of hands. How many people use Facebook? So everybody uses Facebook.
-1.
You don't.
Oh, one person.
I mean, I have an account, but it's like, I felt like that was so, like, 2 years
It's
ago.
for, like,
So
my
MySpace
parents
era,
and
right?
shit.
Did you get 13?
I mean, I still technically have a MySpace, but that's like deep in the depths of my internet history.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how many people use Twitter? Okay. How many people use Tumblr?
I have Instagram.
Okay, I'm seeing that. Great. How many people use Instagram?
Wow.
Almost everybody, too.
Instagram's popping right now.
It is. Okay.
I guess. Awesome.
Sure. Ask
Okay.
away.
How do you guys perceive people that use social media? I guess we'll specifically start with how do you perceive people that use Facebook? As in, like, what do you think of other users? Like, what are they posting, and what do you take away from that? Anybody?
I think that Facebook, like, it's almost kind of depressing. Like, you literally go on Facebook and look at how amazing, the best point in people's lives. And, like, there's no, like, people don't post how stressed they are on Facebook, like, pictures. It's always, like, beach. It's, like,
Yeah.
fun.
Do you guys agree with what Trey said, or do you guys have any other opinions?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I agree with that too. That people always post like really good things, like things going good in their lives. But also, people post like a lot of like sad stuff too, because they want like the word to get out. Like if like just last week, one of my best friends, like older brother, died in a car accident. He posted like, oh, like hey, so and so died, but like no one would have found out about that really, unless like it was over the phone. He called him about social media. He was able to tell everyone about like, hey, he died. So it's a good.
It's really useful. It's a good tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I have a friend who passed away a couple years ago, and there's like a Facebook group to her, and people like post on it, like messages, like things they wish they would have said to her. I guess like just messages that they would.
That's interesting that you bring that up. Why do you think that people don't defriend somebody when they die?
It's just like
morally.
it's an awkward situation. It's like deleting somebody's number out of your phone after they die, or like some people have like real true attachments. Like I know that when my aunt recently passed away, like my great aunt, and my grandma like accidentally called her and got her voicemail and just like broke down. It's something about like social media and still having a part of that person available to you. It's like it's a big connection, like to still have that thing through social media, to still be connected to that person, like still being able to see their pictures on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, it can help you remember the old times too. Like if you defriend them, you can't really go through the stuff because most people just privatize it. Like the parent would go in there and like privatize everything once the person passes. But if you're still friends with them, you can still see all the pictures and like the good times you had when they were alive.
Yeah.
So focusing on more, not so much of those sad times, if you will, but more of what you were referring to, let's say, call it successes or pictures of themselves. How do you guys feel when you see other people posting pictures? Maybe it's a picture of themselves, looking really hot, and they're like, or going to the gym, or they've got a new car. What is your thought when you see somebody doing that, posting a picture like
ew, shut up.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. It really depends on the mood I'm in, I guess.
Okay.
And who it is.
That's a good
That's
point.
on the person. Like, this is my family. 'Cause usually my Facebook is with my family.
Mhm.
Because I'm like, oh, I'm happy for you, my cousin, yay. But like, if it's like something I don't like, I'm like, eh.
So would you say that a lot of you guys, like if somebody posts something like a gym picture or a picture of themselves or something of that nature, do you guys feel like you usually share the same perception of like you? Like
No,
that's-
not
It
necessarily.
depends on who it is.
It depends if they do it a lot too. Some people like post like a million things about themselves, a lot of selfies, and you're literally just like, I don't want to see your face on my Facebook anymore.
The other thing is, why are you taking a picture of yourself like at the gym?
Yeah.
Work out at the gym.
So,
Done with gym mirror.
I just keep scrolling.
okay. So why do you guys think that people post a lot of pictures of themselves?
To boost their self-confidence.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily. Just to boost others' opinions of them. That's why it's always the best possible selfie out of the 100 that they probably take. Like it's just to portray the image of themselves that they want to be like portrayed.
So do you think that what they're portraying is not really who they are?
In a way.
So
In
that's
a,
their
it
best
is. It
image.
definitely, in a
Because
way,
you don't
it
want
is.
Do you think that it's not who they?
I think social media creates a false person.
Okay.
It's the person you want people to see.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. You guys answered a lot of questions all in one conversation. That's great.
Another thing that I've noticed recently is people who are probably about 15, 16, they seem to get like 100 likes on one photo. It's ridiculous, and I feel like they're starting to use Facebook as a way to like validate their friendships and
Definitely.
Do you think it has anything to do with just like, you know, generations like
well, yeah, I
becoming
think
more
they're trying to
adapted?
grow up quicker, and they think like one of the ways to do that is to like put on a load of makeup and post a photo of themselves and see how many people they can get to like it. And as well on like Instagram, I noticed that my younger friends hashtag a lot of things so that they can get more people to view their photo, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like they're using that to make up for any other part like of like,
Probably like low self-esteem.
so you think that people are using like social media to boost their self-esteem, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Do you think that's taking away from any other part of their personal lives?
Well, yeah, because I think people I spend a lot of time on my phone, and I've heard a thing on the radio yesterday about like there's something like 45% of people are considering cheating on their boyfriends or partners, whatever, because of the amount of time they spend on their phone.
Yeah.
How much time do you guys, on average, spend, let's say, a day on your phone on a social media site?
Like a lot.
Well, what's a lot? That's
Like
relative.
hours.
Okay, 5 plus hours.
Yeah.
For like 3 watching
Yeah.
dogs.
It's literally like the textbook is open, and you've got notes here, and you're literally still flipping through Instagram on the
Yeah.
side. Like,
Do you think it's an addiction?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Joey, how long do you think you spend on Facebook?
Few hours.
Few
Well,
hours.
Facebook, no, I don't go on Facebook. Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr. Spend a few hours a day.
Why do you go to other social media sites opposed to Facebook?
Because Facebook sucks now.
It's what's
Because it's-
popular at the time.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Facebook's
people
not as
you
popular
know.
anymore.
You already know what's going on with the people that you know. Like it's nice to see, like going on like Twitter, seeing like what's do.
Yeah.
What
Definitely.
What they're doing.
So is Twitter used more for an immediate what's going on over something with Facebook that may be more of a long story, or
Yeah.
how do you guys perceive the difference between the two?
Because of the character limit as well. Like,
Yeah.
My
Right.
friend from back home, like she's not an adult, and her son died, and we were like all really close, and like she did this really long story about him, and I looked, and I like showed my roommate, and I was like, look at this really cute story, like this is cute. And on Twitter, it's just like hashtag love me, hashtag like I don't know.
Right.
I feel like Facebook's more meaningful.
More meaningful.
Yeah.
So you think because of the character limit on Twitter, you can't really get out anything more detailed, and
Mm-hmm.
it has to be kind of like short and sweet and either to the point or
I use my
Not
Facebook,
really.
Like I think of like the best thing that happened today, like at school, like I got a good grade, and I put it on my Facebook, and all my family likes it, and they comment, "Oh, you're doing so well. I love you." I'm like, yay.
So you feel really good when people like your statuses and such. Okay. Do you guys vent on social media?
Not really.
Not really?
Which
Yes?
social media sites do you think you use to
I think
vent?
Twitter. That's also kind of point of like why Twitter got smaller and why there was a character count, because everybody complained about Facebook like almost getting preachy. Like especially with people that do get preachy on Facebook and like type the whole big things. Like my brother is a waiter and he'll take a picture of a bad check with bad tips on it and he'll post it on Facebook and go on forever about how this table was like terrible to him. Whereas Facebook, you need to be able to be like, I had a bad day. done.
Did
On
you
Twitter?
mean Twitter? You mean
Yeah,
on
Twitter. You have to be like, I had a bad day, and you don't have any more room to like be preachy and go on about it.
So you guys all kind of, do most of you say that you do vent on social media?
Mhm.
Would you say?
I try not to.
Yeah.
She's a big no over here. No? Why?
Just because, like, nobody cares. That's personally my philosophy. Like, I don't care that you're having a bad day. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not why I don't think.
especially if somebody like does it a lot.
Mhm.
It's like,
Oh my God,
okay,
Amber.
just
I
stop
wish I
it.
could do that. I have those friends that are like leeches.
Like, I just got
We
rid of
should've
my
bought her
Instagram. It's
here.
gone.
Well,
Like,
that's
I
just
so
attention seeking. Like,
Yeah, it
that's
is.
the
They
thing,
want
like,
attention.
and like the
Yeah.
subtweets as well. Like it's just like, well,
Yeah.
say it to someone's face, don't just
What's
say it
what?
to
What's a
them.
subtweet?
What's a subtweet?
It's like you retweet. Is it when you like
It's when you say something without mentioning
No.
someone's name.
No,
so
yeah.
So wait, hold on. Can I get a definition of a subtweet?
You tweet about someone without saying someone or multiple people without saying their name.
Without saying their name.
But,
So
like,
I've
you don't
always
call
been
them
there
out.
for you. That's it.
so you
Oh.
But in
So-
a way that the person could recognize it. if that
so
makes
you
Being,
would
like,
have to
passive
follow up
Oh,
on
I
it
see.
to know it was you.
So
Yeah.
only the people who know what's going on know who you're referring to.
Exactly.
So a
Oh.
subtweet's going to have to
Like,
be
it's
fairly
like the metaphor of
ambiguous.
Twitter with how
Yeah.
dancing, like,
So a
around.
lot of people could interpret that as them.
Right.
being
So
to
why
them.
why do you think that there are these subtweets and not just straight out, John, you suck?
Because people are passive aggressive.
People have put up the social media barrier.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys feel like social media has increased like passive aggressive tendencies in
Social media
millennials?
makes people feel
Yeah.
stronger. Yeah. It just makes people think that they can say whatever they want.
Invincible.
Yeah,
Do you feel like that's like seen in any other? How do I phrase that? In any other wait? Can you guys think of any other ways that social media has like
Well-
empowered specific groups,
Specific group.
like
Well, yeah.
age
Baptist?
groups?
Like
No.
politics.
Yeah, it could be any
Like
politics or
specific
something
groups like
that.
children, anybody, like adults.
Well, like I know a lot of charities and stuff get a lot of like there was a girl in England over the summer and she got cancer, I think. It was some kind of illness and they got a load of support from it just based on Twitter. Like everyone found out about it, so it's easy to spread like a cause that otherwise would be really small. Is that the kind of thing you wanted?
No. Yep. Can you start recording? 'Cause the battery's going down. Yes. To answer your question. One other thing I'm interested in, and you all kind of alluded to it, but I'm a little bit looking for more of a direct answer, I guess, is when you see somebody else venting on a social media site, what is your initial thought? Are you wanting to participate in the argument? Are you like rolling your eyes? Because I know a lot of arguments happen on Facebook, Twitter, and there's a back and forth that's going on. Do you like to participate in that?
Oh, I love it. I love watching it go back.
Do you watch? But do you watch it or do you participate
I
in?
watch it. I step back and just watch these two subtweets
Yeah,
back
it's
and
hilarious.
forth.
I have a friend that will be that she follows one girl on Twitter specifically to call out her tweets. Specifically to just reply to this girl's Twitter and be like, you are disgusting.
Wow.
She's a terrible person. I don't know why she decided to prey on this girl, but I told you. Yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's my roommate. But literally, she follows this girl, and I've told her multiple times, just like, why don't you just unfollow her? She has no part in her life. Like, she's a senior in high school, and this girl who's my friend is in college now. Literally, still follows her just so she could reply to her tweets and be like, "You're disgusting. I hate you."
So why do you think people either watch these arguments happen or participate in them? What do you think their purpose behind this is?
Entertainment.
Well, I think also people like who aren't strong enough or confident enough to like say things out in the open, they're gonna hide behind just their computer and their phone and still feel like they did what they wanted to do.
Do you
Yeah,
feel
I
like
think that
it's
was my cousin. Like, me and my cousin got into a really big fight. She's probably immature, I know. As soon as I got here, and we both ended up coming here. So, like, we still don't talk, but I, subtweeted her, and she subtweeted me back, and it was kind of fun. And then I was like, well, this is kind of stupid. I'm, like, 19. I should probably not do this, but it was alright.
The thing that people forget is how much employers look on your social media
I was
and
about to say
how
the same thing.
like there's so many things that I think like how stupid are you looking for a job and you're putting that like simple like curse words just look bad and like constantly moaning and then people who like are proud of the fact that they've not gone to class or they've not done some piece of work or like blah 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 that it's just promoting a really bad image. I'm sure like everyone has flaws and stuff, but putting your flaws on social media that are particularly related to the job industry is not a good idea.
Where I was in Kobe, I was at a speaker for my marketing class, and the guy was the marketing manager for the Roanoke Civic Center. And one of the girls in my class is his intern this semester, and he told us at the very beginning, he said, as soon as I got Jessica's resume, I looked on Facebook and Twitter to see what was on there, as soon as he got it. So like employers will look at your Facebook and Twitter before they look at your resume.
I agree that happens, and like especially when you're just coming out of college and you need a job straight away. But then equally, people grow up. Like you mature and you grow up, and some things you say when you're younger really are very different to the type of person you actually are when you're older.
Yeah, I
So-
completely agree with that statement.
Like,
I'm
I
just
feel
saying,
like-
don't put it on social media.
Yeah, but a lot of businesses though, when they look through your records, like if you do say something in high school, like freshman year in college, they usually look over it and like it's like, hey, you were younger than you're still growing up. Like you're saying when you're 25 or something like that, and being immature about it, then they'll be like, all right, we're not gonna bother hiring you. So the company I worked for over summer, like they went through all my stuff too, but like they saw like the immature stuff I was posting in like high school, and they was like, you're an idiot. But whatever, you were in high school, but like then they looked at my stuff now like, all right, yeah, that's fine, you weren't doing anything stupid, you cleaned up your act, like you were more mature, so you're hired.
Yeah, it is super detrimental though. I worked at a car dealership. I was a receptionist, and another girl that was in reception, one of the guys, I think he was like a 25-year-old salesman, he found her Instagram and there was a picture of her in her underwear. And he found it and he sent it to all the other guys that worked at the dealership because her Instagram was public. Like it wasn't private at all. So like they could go out and find her just by themselves. And he got fired, and they had to have sensitivity training because she quit. She left like 2 days after she found out about it. But it is like worry about what you post and make sure it's privatized.
Okay. I know we kind of talked about this, but also when you think of other people on social media, not yourselves, when you think of other people on social media, what is maybe a good adjective that you would say is your perception of them?
It varies from person to person.
Okay.
Well, like the majority of people, I guess. Like if you had to sum up the majority of friends you have on Facebook or the majority of like followers you like have on Twitter or whatever, what would you describe them as?
Specifically in your age group. I'm
I
not
think
talking
like-
about parents or anything like that.
I think I noticed that like a lot of people have like a lot of similarities to like the things that are going on in my life, just from the stuff that they post on social media.
Okay.
Poor college kids. Poor college kids.
How do you guys feel when you get a new friend request or a new follower?
It
Depends
depends.
on
Yeah,
who
it
it
depends.
is.
Especially if it's like someone random. who,
Yeah.
like, you're just like, why?
I kind of like the randoms though because I feel like if you want to look through my pictures, go ahead. Like I don't know you, but
Australia, follow me on Twitter, what up?
yeah. Just gonna take
It just depends. Like I know that, like I have some of my family, like I friend requested them, they have friend requested me, but like my younger cousin, I have him on a limited profile, so he can't see some of my stuff. I know my sister, like privatized everything, so I can't see what she has, except the photos that I'm tagged in with her. And like, I only am friends with the people that I like encounter like when I go home, like my friends. Like I don't have like people from my high school that I've never talked to before. No, I think I have like 265 friends on Facebook, and it's just my family and my actual friends.
Is there any kind of importance to the number of followers or number of friends you have?
I think
When I was younger, like middle school days, I was like,
yeah.
I
When you
had
first got it, it was like, oh my god, I have 2,000 friends and you only have 1,000. It's like, wow, you have a lot of friends, but like they're just like,
Dude, my grandma has 8 friends
there.
on Facebook. She's happy as a clam.
So there is for some significance of how many friends or followers you have and for others not, or
I think
Oh,
it
yeah.
depends on the age too. Like when you're in high school, oh my god, it's like,
well, how about right now as college students?
could not care less.
I wish I had the patience to sit through and go through my Facebook.
I did it
friends
my
and delete
freshman
everybody.
year. I deleted all the people that I didn't want to be friends with or I didn't know. And it took me 4 days to delete all the people that
Do we have it?
I mean, I kind of get mad when I go on Instagram and I have an app and it tells me who's unfollowed me. And if I'm following them and they don't follow me, I get kind of mad.
I mean, I know what she
Right.
means. I do too. Like, I'll look at who I follow on Twitter, and if they don't follow me, I'm gonna unfollow them.
Okay.
Especially when you see it drop like on Twitter, like you see like you have like 400 followers and you have like 398.
And you're like,
so,
what
you're
happened?
like, going down. Like what I said, I did something wrong.
My thing's
Sorry,
dying.
I don't know why I'm asking a question, but does everyone know like how many Twitter followers they have? Because
There are
I
apps to
know,
do
but
it.
like I don't have a clue. Like if someone asked me now, I mean, I think I'd have somewhere
Oh,
between 250
I don't know
and
the number.
300,
I
I don't
have no
know
idea,
my
but
number.
I do know that I, like, way back today, I made sure that I've followed less people than followed me.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
ratio.
That matters.
The
The
ratio.
I think I've heard of that.
The ratio matters.
ratio matters. All that like, I don't know why I did it, but I did it so embeddedly that my ratio
Can't
is
think
still
of
like
anything.
positive towards people.
That's what mine. My ratio is still pretty solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm really like down in the comments. So happy I'm not the only one that does that.
Okay, so one of our last questions is, what do you guys post most about on social media sites?
Food.
My dog.
Food, dog?
Food.
I think what's
I
friends?
think like me and my friends, yeah.
Okay, do you do more pictures? Do you do more status updates?
Pictures. I don't really type.
I don't really post that much. I just like to see what other people do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So you're more voyeuristic and like to look in on other people's lives?
I like stalking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just nosy.
Stalking people?
All the.
All right, how many people have stalked somebody on Facebook?
Well, not
Or Twitter, or Instagram, or anything? I will totally admit that.
Oh my god, it is so much fun.
If you don't put your stuff on private, of course I'm gonna look.
You're asking for it.
You're asking
Who
for
do you
it.
guys feel like you like if you're stalking somebody on Facebook, who are you more prone to stalk? Like,
this morning
my
actually,
friends.
I was
Friends.
stalking
My
Chrissy,
friends do
like my best
do you
friend.
guys ever stalk people that you don't know?
No.
Not
Like
just complete.
celebrities.
I
feel like if they have
maybe some people you don't like
Maybe.
know great, but
Yeah.
So somebody that's more of an
Yeah.
acquaintance
If
opposed
we
to a
have
friend.
like a few mutual friends, like, huh.
Do you ever stalk a previous relationship?
Oh wait.
Totally,
No?
always.
We have a no.
Like constantly.
No way.
You wow.
They're past and you leave them in the past?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you. I can't say the same, but okay, good for you.
Confidence through the roof. Right there.
Awesome. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for us at all regarding our study? Would you guys like to know the results of our study?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass around a piece of paper and you guys can all put your emails
Just
on
your
it.
email is necessary. We can email you with what our findings are, but again, you will not be named in any way, shape, or form in our study. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.